Today, we're talking about how to share beauty through creative expression. And we've been talking this whole moon cycle about the process of creativity, self-expression. This moon cycle is helping us to explore and expand our own avenues of creative expression through our work, through the ways that we share our gifts, and just through the creative process itself, however that shows up in your life. And today, the moon is in Leo. It's going to be passing by Venus, the planet of beauty and art and values and love and all that good stuff. So we'll be looking at that and how it is bringing us into the coming new moon in Virgo. That'll be later this week. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, September 11th. And yesterday I shared a video sort of giving you an overview of this week, looking at how we are completing the theme of this current Leo moon cycle, the moon cycle that began with a Leo new moon, where we've been working on themes having to do with creativity and self-expression. And this week we are sort of bringing those to a conclusion, a completion. So as we head into Thursday's new moon, there's this opportunity with the moon in Leo again to look at what we've learned around creativity, how we are making changes in our creative process, in our daily routines and practices that might better support us in that creative process, self-expression, however that looks like, whatever that looks like for you. So through your art, whatever you make or create, or could be in work, whatever kind of work you do, there's some form of flair, right? Style, creativity, something that you can bring in that is uniquely you. And so it's about how you do that, how you support yourself in that, and how you expand how you are doing those things in the world. So with the moon in Leo, we have, as always, when the moon is in Leo, we have this time when we focus on being outward. So there's a real desire and feeling, impulse to be out loud about your feelings, your expression, whatever is coming through you wants to be seen. And so Leo is the sign that has to do with being seen, being heard, having an audience, whether that is an audience of one or an audience of millions, it's still that experience of being seen and heard and noticed, paid attention to, appreciated, listened to, all of those things. And so because we've been working this moon cycle on developing those parts of us that are the most creative and can engage in self-expression in the world, we are really looking at what we've learned around that and how we are implementing some things that we've learned into who we are being and how we are being in our creative work and just our ways of being in the world. So as the moon in Leo passes by the planet Venus, we have some interesting alignments going on today. So because Venus is the planet of beauty, of how we receive, it's things that are valuable. It can also relate to money. It can also relate to relationships because it's how we, feel loved and appreciated. It's how we, it's that receptive quality. So if Venus is receptive and Mars is proactive, they balance each other out, and all people, regardless of your gender, have both Mars and Venus in our charts. So Venus being the planet of beauty and the moon passing by Venus in Leo is sort of activating this instinct, impulse, desire craving to be seen, to share, to focus on what makes us feel beautiful. And so you want to be thinking about inner beauty as opposed to societal expectations of beauty, because real beauty is way more beautiful when we're giving ourselves the self-care that we need, when we're letting ourselves shine from that place of truth, when we are expressing ourselves through things that make us feel good and happy and rewarding. You know, it's like that feeling of working on something and getting making progress with it, getting results that feel good, or that at least help you see what you want to work on, that gives that feeling of satisfaction. So that experience of how we perceive beauty when someone feels good, and how different that is from beauty, of course, that is just on the surface or more superficial. So ask yourself today, what makes you feel beautiful? How can you attend to what you need in ways that help that beauty shine more fully through your being, so that people can see your heart, so that people can see what is special and wonderful about you, and your happiness is the best makeup that there is, right? It's better than any superficial kinds of beauty that we can, we can touch things up, right, with some of the tools that we have with makeup and hair and clothing and all that, but it has to come from that place of happiness. So that is a theme today. That energy is up. We also have, interestingly, the planet Venus is forming a square with Jupiter. It's going to be getting closer and closer to an exact square as we go throughout the week. I believe it is exact on Saturday. So we're getting within a couple of degrees now already, and that's going to be activated with the moon passing by Venus. So that square between Venus and Jupiter, Jupiter in Taurus, which is a sign that is ruled by Venus. Venus being about beauty, Jupiter being about growth and expansion, abundance, and themes of where we need to expand and how we are growing. Though that square brings a challenge, it brings a pressure. And so this is one of those places where you have to recognize that astrology is so very complex. We can't say, okay, that's going to look this way, or it's going to mean this will happen in your life. It really, what it's, these energies with the Venus square to Jupiter are really, there's so many different ways that could show up. So the key here is that the theme of Venus and beauty and values and how we see ourselves, how we see our own beauty, is somehow being challenged. We're being asked to grow, to step into something greater that allows us to be grounded, to express ourselves physically, to experience the world through our senses, to experience ourselves as beautiful. There, again, are many different dimensions and ways that this could show up, but the themes that are involved are growth, expansion, beliefs, faith, optimism, what you believe in, what you place your faith and trust in, being challenged somehow to share or shine through what we value, what we find beautiful, our sense of aesthetic, and of course, that creativity, that self-expression, who we are, who we need to be, and putting ourselves into our work and into the way we come across, right? The way we express ourselves. So letting ourselves access that deeper creativity that allows us to shine and be more fully ourselves. So again, lots of different ways that could show up in your life, but some of those themes might you might find them coming up in different situations and circumstances. How are you being asked to expand or grow or believe in yourself more fully? Maybe believe in your own beauty, maybe believe in your value, that type of thing. Also, how do you ground those energies? How do you make them tangible? How do you make it into something you can see, taste, touch, feel, hear, connecting with the world through your senses? And so themes of beauty, self-expression, and what we believe in, also how our beliefs are grounded through real physical things in the real physical world. So kind of lots to dive into there. Anyway, that's what I've got for you today. We will continue with the moon in Leo tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, the moon shifts into Virgo. Heading into Thursday's new moon in Virgo. So, and of course, we've got Mercury retrograde in Virgo. So lots of opportunities to rethink, review, reconsider, noticing where you might have some critical voice that interferes maybe with your ability to see yourself as beautiful, or see your beauty, or see the beauty of what you create. And so instead of getting sucked into that critical voice and putting yourself down, reframe that to say, this is just an opportunity for me to see what could be improved upon, what I want to work on, what I want to put my energy, my effort, my resources into, because that's what life is, right? It's our opportunity to get hands-on and to work with things, to make them better, to be of service. And so we'll be talking more about that as we head on through this week. But today and tomorrow, still with that moon in Leo, helping us complete themes that we're working on around self-expression. So give yourself some time to come present to your creative process, what it is you want and need to express. And even if you're just giving yourself a little time to think about that, to write it out or think it out or paint it out or whatever, sing, dance, whatever self-expression mode feels right to you, just follow that flow of kind of exploring and playing with who you really are and what it looks like and feels like to put who you really are into the ways that you move and share and shine in the world. All right, I'm Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. And thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. I'm here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care and helping you get the most out of what the planets can remind us of from a daily basis. All right, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.